Hello everyone, welcome to day 32 of my road to $100,000 a month in e-commerce. I've just come back from work, so I'm feeling a bit slumped. We've got our first test out for the day, or for this relaunch. No sales yet, which is... Well, I mean, it hasn't crossed over for 24 hours, so I'm still missing that morning period because I got it off at probably like 11:30 a.m. So, yeah, and Meta doesn't know what to do with my ads at the moment, I suppose. But yeah, there's one that's getting a lot more spend than the rest of them, which is interesting. So that's clearly a... Oh, actually no, there's a few. There's 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I'm not reading this right at all. Yeah, there's a few standout ads out of the 15 that I launched that are getting like $15, $10 spend, and the rest of them are getting like not even $1 or a few dollars. So that's interesting, learning out of these ads what Facebook likes the most, especially with this Andromeda update. But yeah, no sales. I'll develop ads in a strategy tomorrow or today for a potential relaunch. But more likely than not, I'll move on from the product, I think. Maybe give it another one, we'll see what my coach thinks. Yeah, otherwise, I haven't looked too much back on the month and the videos that I made for the month. So I don't have as much context around if I was to watch them all over, of course. But I think as a recap, I'm glad that I've learned as much as I have. I obviously want results, but I'm just not at a skill set stage where I can get those results. But you know, it's not something that I beat myself down with either. It's just learning, necessary learning. So yeah, I think coming into this, I shouldn't even say that, no, for the month as a whole, I think the biggest takeaways are working when you can and doing as much as you can and trying not to just have those distractions. Like, there'll be times where you're not moving as fast as you should be or could be, but sorry, I need to turn this off, it's too much glare. It's better. But no, I've realised how much time that I waste when I try to plan like a week or plan a couple of days, and things just take longer and longer and longer, just push it back by days and days. Like, my original plan was to have this test on its first day should have been 6 days ago on the Sunday, from memory anyway. And then looking back on it now, like, shit just takes longer than you expect, at least for the time being, and that's okay for then, but I need to continue to get better. And operating with that urgency in mind of like, bro, you're behind by several days already. Let's not add unnecessary spend of these days. So yeah, it's sort of like getting myself off, say, the couch, or having a quicker lunch or a quicker dinner, and then firing back into this. Like, that's where that's where I find that I'm doing better in and optimizing more, because I have that in the back of my mind of, you've wasted so many days, or you're behind schedule, so we've got to work, we've got to do some stuff. So yeah, I think that's been probably one of the biggest shifts in my mindset over the last couple of days. Also, just again, with, I think my original thoughts on how many reps I could get done and what the rep was of me getting better and me actually making money off this e-commerce journey, I think that was a bit more extrapolated, and my expectations were that things would happen quicker, but they don't. So I need to do more, but the more I do, the more of a clear vision on what I need to do gets better. Like I thought, like you're to sort of launch products, or you're going to be launching ads every day, but in reality, it's your plan for your ads, plan for your market, plan for your product, and executing on that plan. And I think obviously the big difference in there is, rather than trying to push out these sort of shitter quality reps, you need to have a structure from the get-go and understand and apply what are your movements in the market, where are the opportunities, and therefore capitalize on them and do it strategically, and know this stuff from the get-go. And therefore, you know your product, you know your audience, you know your market, you know where your product fits in, and that's the rep. And then testing ads with that plan, that is the rep. And then you go back and you do another plan, you develop more ads, then you test. And like, I think just sort of touching on before, that's also come to my mind as well, that Facebook tells you what a good ad is and what's shit, and it'll give spend to the good ads. It'll give spend to the ads it thinks it's going to convert. And if it's not going to convert, then like you've ran shit ads. But it also gives you a key on what is a good ad. So I'm going to be using that for tomorrow. Otherwise, also learning I need a vibe code. And if I'm going to stick to the funnel of a pre-sales page before like a product page, or even an order page, like I should be vibe coding, because it's going to be quicker and it's the future, and it helps me develop those reps of prompt engineering, so which is crucial for AI in e-commerce. But anyway, I'm quite spent, so I'm going to shower and dive into bed. But yeah, this has been an educational first month. So on to the next one. It's crazy how quick it's gone. I know I've said that in past videos, but it kind of is, and it feels like this is just part of what I do, which it is. So